Kayla, what are you doing?
Just trying to make Winnie a blanket. Can you stop, please?
She doesn't need you to tie it. I quit.
Where'd it go? You're kind of strong.
She drags Allie. Wed, you don't want your blanket made?
You couldn't rip it. You're gonna rip your blanket! It's all slobbery now.
She knows it's hers.
We've all seen these wood pallets by Crafter Square at Dollar Tree. I can't wait to show you what I do with them today. It's gonna take you 30 minutes and the outcome is so rustic and amazing. I think you're absolutely gonna love it. What have I got going on for you for today? Today I am bringing you a rustic DIY, a rustic farmhouse DIY, using those wood pallets by Crafter Square that Dollar Tree's been carrying for some time now. Have you ever picked them up and just kind of wondered, what am I gonna do with these? These are really cute, I want some, but I don't know what to do with them. Well, today, I'm gonna show you what you can do with about 7 of them. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna quit my gabbing, let's jump into it, and let's do some Dollar Tree rustic farmhouse DIYing on a budget. Yes, because that's what we do here. Who is today's KB Creations Crafter of the Day? You'll want to stick around to the end of the video to see if it's your creation that's being featured in today's video. I totally said you were going to need 7 of these, didn't I? Nope, I was wrong. You're going to need 8. With 2 of the 8, we're going to leave these handy twine hangers on. If you bought the pallets that don't have the hangers, you're going to need to add a couple hangers onto 2 of them. I'm gonna remove the other 6 hangers and, of course, the sticker that Kayla always gives me a hard time about that I leave on. I had to take it off. It was gonna show through the pallet. Now the fun part, I'm gonna show you what I do with these. You're gonna start off with the 2 pallets that have the twine hangers, and those are gonna go on top, and then one of the pallets that doesn't have a hanger is gonna go right there in the middle. You will see that I lined it up so the bottom 2 slats of the top 2 pallets line up with the top 2 slats of that middle pallet. Whoa, I really just said that and I didn't mess it up. I'm gonna use some of this wood glue by Super Glue. You can get this in the tools section at Dollar Tree, and I'm just gonna place it on the side of the slats here, just like so, to connect these 3 pallets together. With the rest of the pallets, I'm gonna, I guess, build down from that center pallet. Instead of building up, we're building down. So I'm gonna take 2 more pallets, and on those top 2 slats, I'm gonna add the glue there just like so, and on the bottom 2, so I'm just gonna leave that center slat without glue. And that's really just preparing us for the next slat that's gonna go at the bottom. So you're just putting the glue on all at one time. And I'm gonna do the same thing to this one, do the bottom 2 slats, leave that center one, and do the top 2. Then I'm just gonna connect these 2 pallets to the bottom slat. But before I connect them, I'm gonna place that center slat there, just like so. And this is how we are going to connect our pallets. And after this, you should have only 2 pallets left, and those bottom 2 pallets are going to connect to the bottom of the center one. I went in with some of the jumbo popsicle sticks. These are by Crafter Square. And because they're thinner, they're easier to cut. I cut them into pieces and just kind of added them to the back where the slats met to reinforce it just a bit. Make it a bit more sturdy. You're also gonna need some of these wood clothespins. I'm using the mini ones because that's what I had in my stash. I'm gonna use some hot glue, put some hot glue on one side of the clothespin there, and on those 4 center pallets, I'm gonna place a clothespin on the top slat right there in the center. Boy, I am saying pallet and slat a lot this DIY. Somebody tell me how many times I said each word. Anyway, yes, so that is what I'm gonna do, and I'm only doing that, did I say, to the 4 center pallets. When it's all said and done, you'll have the 4 corner pallets that are empty, but boy, do I have something in mind for those. To paint this, I'm not gonna paint it, but I am gonna use some of Waverly's antique wax and stain it because it's been a minute since I used my favorite antique wax. And this DIY, I want it to have that rustic farmhouse feel. Have I told you that? And this antique wax is gonna give it just that. Dollar Tree has the best spring bouquets ever. Love them. I hauled them a couple weeks ago. I feel like these give any DIY that farmhouse feel just based on the colors. So I took the bunches, cut off the stem a bit, wrapped the stem in some twine there, added a twine bow. You're gonna need 4 of them. So I decided to use 4 different bouquets. And on those corner pallets there that don't have the clothespins, yes, I'm gonna add these. I'm gonna add them diagonally just because why not? Because I want to. If you want yours straight, put yours straight. You're gonna have to shorten that stem a bit, but I wanted mine diagonally because I feel like it's gonna add some, you all know what I'm gonna say, character. Yes. For those 4 center pallets with the clothespins, yep, they're for pictures, and I printed out a bunch of pictures of Winnie and Ibiza. Ibiza is my son's Labradoodle. He is just got the sweetest, kindest, gentlest heart ever. I love him to pieces. Him and Winnie have play dates often, and we just love it when Ray goes to work and we can snatch him up for a few days. And so yes, I printed out a bunch of pictures. Originally, I printed these out using a canvas paper, but realized that these pictures needed just a bit more than the pictures on the pallets with the clothespins. So I went in and matted them using a cream cardstock, and I took some of Dollar Tree's, I guess, decorative scissors and cut the edges just to kind of add a bit more personality. When I adhered the pictures onto the cream cardstock, I did use some foam tape just to kind of elevate it up off the matting, just to give it, again, more character and dimension. Yes. And there you have it. My rustic farmhouse picture holder using Dollar Tree's wood pallets. How cute is this? For this DIY farmhouse clock, yep, you're gonna need 4 of these pallets. You can get these at Dollar Tree. These are by Crafter Square. Amazing, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna start off by removing the twine because we don't need twine for this clock. I know, right? I'm saying we don't need twine. Will I incorporate it or won't I? You'll have to stay tuned to see. I want to glue these pallets together, so to do that, I'm going to start off by using this crazy glue. This is a wood glue that you can find in the tools section, not the crafting section. This is the best wood glue ever. And on one side of the pallet, right here on each of the planks, I'm going to place some of the glue, and I'm going to start off by gluing my pallets together that way. Now, when I glue them together, I'm gonna offset them. I'm not gonna put them all in the same direction. If you want to, you can. I just thought that it would add a bit of character by offsetting them. Once I got the pallets glued together on the sides, I decided to go in with some of the jumbo popsicle sticks, and ask me why I'm using wire cutters to cut them in half. I'm guessing because I didn't want to use scissors, but I'm gonna break them in half, and I'm gonna glue them together where each of the pallets meet just to kind of add some stability to it. Yes, this is a power drill. We're gonna need that for this DIY. This power drill, you can find it at Walmart. It was $20. What's great about this is it's got a plug so you can recharge the battery. It doesn't have a battery pack that you take on and off. I'm gonna drill a hole right in the center of these pallets because guess what's gonna go there? Yep, the hands to the clock. Yeah, don't ask me what size drill bit that is because I have no clue, honestly. I just got the biggest one out of my kit thinking that this would be a good size and that the guts of the clock would fit through it. Have I told you all that this succulent green by Folk Art that you can get at Michael's? Yep, it's my new favorite color. I love this green. I just feel like it is so farmhouse chic. I love it. And so yeah, all of these pallets are gonna get a nice, good couple coats, good few coats of this Folk Art paint. So I'm gonna take a second to tell you why I use Waverly chalk paint so often. So many of you will ask me, what is the difference between a chalk paint and a regular apple barrel or Folk Art acrylic paint? The difference is the quality and paint. When you are using a Folk Art or an apple barrel paint, you can see as I'm applying it that it is watered down. It is a very thin paint. And so therefore, when you're using a thinner paint like that, it's gonna take more coats to get the coverage that you're trying to achieve. I have found when using a chalk paint, very seldom do I need more than one coat. And on the times that I do, a second coat really does do the trick, but 9 times out of 10, I really only need one coat of a chalk paint to get the coverage that I'm happy with. So therefore, I feel like you get what you pay for and the quality of paint kind of pays off. Dollar Tree has these amazing rub-on transfers. This is one of my favorite sets. It's got all these fun different words in it. And so I figured that these would be really fun to incorporate into this clock along with these letters. Now I'm not gonna add the letters, but I really like the vines and the greenery. And so with these, I'm gonna use a combination of both of them. I went ahead and cut all the words out that I was happy with, placed it on my pallets, and along with that, you can see that I am using the new galvanized numbers by Crafter Square. Love these. You're gonna need one set for these. I'm only gonna do the 12, 3, 6, and 9 because I feel like it's gonna take up too much room and the numbers are gonna be too prominent and dominant if I did all the numbers. And so that is why I'm just using the 12, 3, 6, and 9, and that way you only need one set of numbers because once you start getting into the higher numbers, you're gonna need duplicate numbers, which means you're gonna have to buy more packs of the numbers. And so now that I've got it all set out, I'm gonna go ahead and just take the paper off of them. And again, these are a rub-on transfer. And so once I've got it in place, just by kind of rubbing over the plastic coating on top, you can then lift it up and the transfer / sticker sticks to whatever surface it is that you're adhering it onto. Now, all of the letters that you do see on the surface of my clock are from both transfers. And I guess I did end up using the letters from the second set. I forgot that I put love and heart on there as well. Okay, seriously, how cool does this look? This was turning out better than I anticipated. To adhere the numbers onto the surface, I'm just using, some hot glue, because why not? We don't need to use anything else. If you want to, you can. Hot glue's gonna work. And this here, this is the clock kit that I'm using that you can find at Walmart in the craft section with the paints and the wood. This box here that comes in the kit, this is pretty much the guts behind what makes the clock work, what makes the hands move. It is powered by a battery. There is a bolt here on the front. You're gonna unscrew that because this is basically what's gonna hold this box onto whatever surface it is that you're trying to make a clock out of. So once you put the box, I guess, in the back, you're gonna go ahead and replace the bolt. And you're gonna tighten it up good and tight, and that's gonna hold the mechanical part of the clock onto, our pallets. And just like that, we're already almost done. All we need to do now is add the hands. So you start off with the hour hand, you move on to the minute hand, then the second hand, and then there's a cap that just kind of goes on top that keeps them all in the place that they need to be in. And look at that, I've got a AA battery in the back once I flip this clock over. And look at how easy that was. We've got a ticking clock here. I love making clocks. I want to make clocks for everybody. You know what? I think I might for Christmas. Very easy to personalize, very budget friendly. There's a great gift idea. DIY clocks. Easy peasy. Now I will tell you with this kit, the hands were kind of a brushed gold and I thought about painting them, but I was a little bit worried about how it was going to affect the way the hands moved, and so I didn't. Now I know that there are kits that have brushed gold, bronze, oil rubbed bronze, black, and silver, and so it's best just to kind of get the kit in the color that you need ahead of time. On the back side, I am fresh out of sawtooth hangers, so guess what this is getting? One of my go-to twine hangers. This is gonna work perfectly. We're just really gonna pound it with a lot of hot glue so it doesn't fall. And we're gonna have a means to hang up our Dollar Tree farmhouse clock. Don't look at the back side. If you're gonna gift it, you're gonna wanna paint the back side, but this is for me and nobody's gonna see it. I know somebody's gonna say something, but I didn't want to waste my paint. It took a lot of coats to get the coverage that I got. Who is today's KB Creations Crafter of the Day? It's going out to Jamie, who's bringing to us her recreation of my DIY glue gun holder using Jenga blocks. And I am loving the colors and the sticker pack that you used on this. Thank you so much for sharing your recreation with us today. I told you, quick, easy, budget friendly, and the outcome was what? Can I just say it again, please? I know I'm repeating myself. It's got that rustic farmhouse feel that I absolutely love with an outcome that is amazing. And it's so stinking cute. I love this DIY. It's gonna go down as one of my favorites. I know I say that a lot, but it really is. I love this one. Until next time, everybody, like I said, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay positive, please. Bye, everybody.